Welcome to the Syncretism Society Virtual Academy. Today, I'm going to discuss how to activate and nourish and have a healthy relationship with the pineal gland of the body. Now, the pineal gland is in charge of the actual changing and growth of, the sexual organs and the different states, like when we hit puberty, like when men and women go through the puberty cycle, the pineal gland is what produces those hormones. And melatonin has a huge effect on the productive organs. And in this way, we understand that the pineal gland is definitely associated with the sexual energy. And it has been shown, Krumheller and Samawior has shown that, the pineal gland is atrophied and has become weakened in humans by the time we reach a particular age. And the reason why is because we are not fully exercising this gland in this current age. Since the pineal gland has direct correlation to the lower waters, so it's akin to Poseidon. And with our pineal gland, we can dominate our sexual energy to allow it to transmute. Now, when we have desire or energy that accumulates at the base of the spine, that accumulates in desire for sex, the pineal gland is in charge of directing that energy and recharging it. It's like an eternal cycle. So that phosphorescent light descends from the brain down the spine and produces desire and the instinctual energy. And then we take that energy using the pineal gland's force of self-awareness and higher will and direct the energy up consciously. Now, the pineal gland is nourished by having a good relationship from the gland of the pineal gland to our sexual functions. So in this age, and since humanity has wasted a lot of their sexual energy, the pineal gland is atrophied. And that's why we've lost our abilities like imagination, clairvoyance, to be able to see higher worlds, to be awake in our dreams, to know the truth, to be able to heal. These are some of the inner powers and miracles that we were be able to perform if only we control the sexual waters correctly. That's why chastity, which just means, having, sexual relationship correctly, is so heavily prominent from Zoroastrianism, Christianity, to the Indus Valley teachings of the ancient Egypt. The Nile River flows up and backwards, so we also need to allow our spinal river to flow upwards, reverse. So by reversing the energy, we activate the pineal gland by making it the source of our focus, so that when we get the energy that accumulates, that energy can be ascended back up to the brain. The pineal gland is what promotes health of the pineal gland is a balance of the elements, so physically speaking. So for example, making sure we get enough sun and daylight. In the winter, this could be hard, but still, like for example, today I was outside and I found some time that the sun was on a low level of horizon, that I was able to, take a minute to gaze into the sun. And please, I'm not recommending this. This is something I recommend that you guys research on your own time to understand, when is it safe to actually participate in solar gazing. And if you're too sensitive to solar gazing, you can even just have your eyes closed and just make sure you're exposing yourself to enough sun. Santos taught me technique, letting the sun touch the palms. Now, what is the word palm? We have palm, and then that's an anagram of lamp, and that's an anagram of lamb, lamp, palms. Now, these words are anagrams because they are connected. Now, the lamp is in the brain, the cerebrum, the lamb, and the palms are like battery receptors. They're like solar panels that allow you to absorb energy from the sun. So every morning or in the afternoon, ideally, if you really have time and you're an initiate and you want to charge your body, do it at the best times of day, noon when the sun's in Leo, hands up and appreciate the sun. Do a Father our Father who art in heaven prayer, or chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, or take the rune Fa, the Nordic runes. Take your left hand, put it forward, right hand a little bit lower than the left hand, and towards the sun at a time when the sun, preferably in the morning. So even just saluting the sun inside your house, like let's say at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. the sun's out, you could still salute the sun facing the east, and the vowel sounds fa, and breathe in, fe, breathe in slightly, fi, breathe in slightly, fo, breathe in slightly, fu. Now, I learned the Gnostic runes from Crum Heller. So you can type in Crum, Krum, Heller, Heller, Gnostic runes, and learn different exercises to absorb the solar energy, whether it be through your eyelids or it be through the runes, sun salutation, getting enough sun. Now that's the fire element. Second, we're going to go to wind, breathing, conscious breathing. To Manly P. Hall in Initiates of the Flame said the first thing the initiate starts is to understand the importance of breathing from the abdomen. Pot belly breathing. Pot belly breathing ignites the flame of the alchemical laboratory and allows the energies to begin to rise. The air is what kind of stimulates the fires of the Kundalini, and that fire is what purifies us of the negative qualities. So when we breathe in, our belly should come out. And when we breathe out, our belly should suck in. And when we breathe in from our belly, we poke our belly out. Then we breathe into the middle part of our chest. Then we breathe into our shoulders. Then we hold it. Focus here in the middle, tongue at the roof of the mouth, slight smile. And breathe out. Let it flow down. Practice this 10 times a day. Allow yourself to, not 10 times a day, sorry, 10 minutes a day. Allow yourself to get in tune with the breath. The breath nourishes the body. The breath detoxifies the body. So we have fire with the sun. We should be aware of the sun in the morning. 6 a.m. waking up in Aries with a bang. Then, in Cancer, Leo, the sun is so mature, so much power. Glorify it. Go get some sun. Stand up, go outside barefoot, stare at the sun, close your eyes. Sometimes it's weird, like sometimes be around your family or something like that, or just do it. Get out there, get your shoes off, stare at the sun with your eyes closed, put your hands up. Getting your sun, getting your air by breathing consciously, abdominally. Like if you're at work or you're driving or anything that you're doing just normal, you can always switch to focus on your breath. The breath is the gap that is the mediator between the conscious and subconscious mind. Notice how we breathe automatically, but we can also consciously breathe. Hence, it is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Now, when it comes to water, utilizing water to help balance our elements to activate the pineal gland, we should have a fresh source of water. I prefer spring water, and I'm careful of what plastics I'm using. So I try to find non-BPA, try to find local sourced water, try to find a well. And when you're drinking the water, you should drink with an intention. You could put your hand over the cup and magnetically put an intention of health or peace, or to eliminate a negative trait. Now, it's important when you do this to only do one thing at a time. So if you want for health, drink for health. If you want for peace, drink for peace. If you want for an idea, drink for an idea. If you drink for a cause, drink for a cause, the pure water. You can use this water, and you can, while you're meditating in a room, take a little bit of cold water in a bowl and put it right here in your head to stimulate the awareness of your forehead. There, bring attention to the pineal gland. And when you're taking a shower, imagine that the shower is purifying you of all the negativity that you've accumulated throughout the day. So there we've balanced the water, fire. Now, these are the two like more subtle elements. Now we'll be going into like air and earth. So air will be the mind. No, we already did air, sorry. So we did fire. We did air for the breath. We did water, purification, drinking water with intention, bathing off negative energy. When we wash our hands, imagine that you're washing off the lust, or if you're washing off pride, and feel the pride going down the drain, or the lust or the bad emotions going down the drain. This is how you utilize the elements for purification. I'm drinking water without fluoride in it, from mineral water, and mixing, good balance between mineral and distilled water. And preferably, drinking, high quality milk or orange juice is more hydrating than just drinking water. And also fruit. Fruit is more, better absorbed and assimilated by the body for hydration. So having a pure source of the water element in your life. Then finally, we have earth. And with earth, we make sure that we are consciously doing some type of physical exertion. Now, like when we say exercise, not necessarily becoming addicted to exercise, but making sure that you have some type of exercise included in your life, some type of grounding, to make sure that you have at least one day of the week where you're spending a good amount of time barefoot. Now, if it's in the wintertime, try to get a grounding cord or grounding coil or grounding shoes. I'm going to be trying to find some. I was Googling it and I found a lot of different options for grounding shoes that actually help you ground while you're just walking around day to day. So it's important, we've been stripped from our natural environment, and because of that, our pineal gland is atrophied. Now we go into a spiritual sense. We'll be going into the fifth element. Self-awareness, self-observation. Your self-observation and watching yourself from moment to moment, keeping your awareness of the witness on, you should begin to hear your pineal gland crackle. Now, by reserving the energy at the bottom of the spine, that energy creates a surge, it creates a vacuum, and that suction brings that energy up and starts putting pressure on the pineal gland. The sexual energy starts accumulating and absorbing into the cerebral spinal system and creates oil globules, which ignite into the pineal gland. So when that ignition hits, that flame ignites the oil and activates the brain cells, the illumination, the baptism of fire. In the baptism of fire, we reach the spirit of self-awareness, self-observation, self-remembering, to know thyself, to activate the part of us that is the higher self, essentially, the being that is beyond time. And by doing this, we are able to extract information from our day-to-day lives that occur. So when we have active pineal glands, we take events and we extract the meaning out of them. We're able to extract the meaning out of dreams. We're able to read people and understand where they're coming from, to understand and activate our empathy. To have an active pineal gland, we feel empathy. We feel remorse and regret. When you do something wrong, we become sensitive to that. The initiate must become, as Rudolf Steiner said in Knowledge of Higher Worlds, the initiate must become more sensitive to right and wrong, to not get to a point where you can just do negative things, do bad things, and not feel bad about it. Remorse and feeling that guilt is able to help you repent from the negative behavior. The negative behavior drains your energy, your spiritual energy that once conserved. That desire transmutes into kinetic energy. By abstaining from desires, we tap into magic. We abstain from desire, we utilize the desire, And by abstaining from it, that energy transmutes into kinetic energy that feeds the pineal gland and the cerebrum, activating the higher brain cells. The fourfold breath is very, very something that I would definitely recommend. I mean, a lot of initiate schools, as well as I learned it from Ralph Smart. You just breathe in 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold out for 4, breathe in 4, hold for 4, out for 4. So breathe in, hold for 4, breathe out 4, hold for 4, breathe in 4, hold for 4, breathe out 4. If you do this process for 5 minutes, you'll activate the willpower, which will help you begin to essentially become a willpower machine. Because when you do rhythmic breathing, your will and your breath align, and then your mind calms down, and then your mind's able to control the senses, the lower mind. Hence, we become Poseidons and control the lower waters and allow them to rise and vapor. The fire must descend into the waters and create vapor that rises up the spinal canal, vertebrae by vertebrae. The initiate or Nephite or Israelite goes through many trials, tribulations, and lots of different circumstances where it has to triumph over these. In each one, we rise a vertebrae of the spine, the energy. The pineal gland and the heart are in charge of how that spiritual thermometer rises or descends. And when we sexually transmute our energy, we seminize the cerebrum. That sexual energy, that vapor provides nutrients for the brain, allows you to become a Beethoven or a Mozart, or like a disciple of a master, like the disciples of Jesus, or, what that symbolizes, or become a Moses, etc. So we all have the capabilities, and humanity, as human beings, are given the ability to overcome our lower animal egos and passions and transmute them into something higher. If we take the path of least resistance, we just simply kind of go on to impulse, and there is no way to determine where we deviate. And it is very easy to verify that, through expulsion of the energies, we become less sensitive, we become more numb, we become more detached. When I say detached, I don't mean like in a healthy way, because of course non-attachment is a higher, coming at things from a spiritual state of being. What I mean is like that apathetic detachment of not caring, of not being tapped into reality. We can conquer this, we can conquer feeling numb to our emotions by becoming aware and self-observing and activating our pineal gland. And then once it's activated, we'll be able to communicate with those higher realities and bring in those higher truths from above to below, and to awaken the different Sephiroth in the tree of life. Now, it's very important to sleep in a dark room. And if you don't have a dark room, have an eye cover. And to focus on the inner silence within, the little buzzing sound of silence. Focus on it in the dark. Allow yourself to tap into a good circadian rhythm of waking up at the right time, going to sleep at the appropriate time for you. And to become super aware of the vigil state between sleep and falling. There's a whole reality of worlds that we miss out on by not at least becoming aware and trying to remember the deep sleep realm or the dream world. So we should keep a dream journal and write down our dreams, even if we didn't remember them, every single day. It becomes tedious, but I promise by bringing awareness to the dream realm, we activate our pineal gland. And by living and by understanding how to work with the energies of sexuality, we can work with the fire without getting burned and become Prometheus. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part 1 on how to activate the pineal gland. Thank you.